You have to embrace what you have. The first step of taking care of your natural hair is loving what you have. Stop letting people convince you that if you have type 4 hair or curlier hair that your hair is masculine and that you're not pretty, because you are. I think you should be able to embrace your hair, and the barrier shouldn't be your lack of knowledge around what to do with your hair. Hi, I'm Miami and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today's video, I do look a little bit different. So I've been doing like this, I'm taking a social psych class. So I am doing a social experiment with the look. So I've changed my hairstyle, my eye color, I've changed so much stuff constantly just to gauge the people's first impressions of me and the treatment that I'm receiving based on how I look. But that's just a disclaimer for why I look the way I look, which, I mean, there doesn't necessarily have to be a disclaimer. It could just be that I just wanted to change up my hair and my eyes. But I've already worn this hair before, so. But today's video is actually about the beginner's guide for caring for your natural hair. So I have been natural for about maybe 8 years, I want to say. Well, no, I'm 21, 12, excuse my me not being good with math, 9 years. Because I remember the first time I went natural, I was 12. In my family, my grandparents came from the South. My mom's parents, my maternal grandparents came from the South, and my nana, my mom's mom, had her hair permed since she was about 18. So she stopped having her hair permed a few years after I did. Like, I was like the first person to go natural in my family because I just liked my hair, and I couldn't figure out why being black and wearing your own hair was seen as not beautiful and taboo. I was trying to find out why. I'm like, but this is what naturally grows out of my scalp. Why is my natural 4B, 4C hair not seen as beautiful, you know? And being in a family that there's people in my family who don't look like me, like they have lighter skin and loose, hardly curly hair. So like, I would look at them and be like, you know, they can wear their hair out. Why can't I wear mine's out? Like, I don't understand. They're both natural. And I think mine's is also pretty, and it was longer. Like, I used to have a lot of hair. If you've seen anything on my channel before, I've cut my hair down very short, but I still, like, right now I'm in the process of growing it back out. I love both lengths, long and short, and having short hair just forces me to rely on my face more and to like how my face looks. It's hard to escape your face when you have long hair, if that makes any sense. But the first thing I want to get into is understanding your hair type. So like I said, I have 4B and 4C hair. So my hair is like a mixture of 4B and 4C curls. When I wash my hair and it is healthy and it is hydrated, it is 4B and 4C curls. I will most likely be showing photos of what 4B and 4C look like on either side of these. I will have them up there, but you should search up what curl type your hair is. So what I would most likely recommend doing is washing your hair with no products. Washing your hair with no products and allowing it to sit and curl up and seeing what it looks like. Because I had a friend, she has a white mother and her dad is half white and half black. So her curl pattern was a 3A, but she never knew what her curl pattern was. So her curls were constantly dehydrated, they were undefined. She didn't know how to care for them because no one knew what to do with her curls. There's a different hair, it's not so much different, but there are a few differences in hair care routines based on your hair texture. Like, my hair care routine is going to differ from somebody whose hair is looser than mine. Do you know what I'm saying? And someone who has like 2A hair, like hair that's like looser curled, or let's actually stay to the type 3s and type 4s. Type 3 hair could have a different routine as a type 4 hair. Let's say your hair is 3B and someone's hair is 4A, your routine will be really similar. I think 3B and type 4 hair, their routines are very similar depending on how thick your hair is. My hair is also very thick. When I cut my hair, there's like this thing called I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like a shear thing that like thins your hair out. Yeah, not fun. I would never do that again. But your hair routine is based on that. You have to embrace what you have. The first step of taking care of your natural hair is loving what you have. Stop letting people convince you that if you have type 4 hair or curlier hair that your hair is masculine and that you're not pretty, because you are. Go search up girls online that have these beautiful afros, short, big, it doesn't matter. There's beauty in an afro. Do not let people make you feel like the only way for your hair to be pretty is to have a texturizer or a perm. If you don't know what that is, it's this type of really deadly chemical that kills your hair and changes the hair texture. My nana had a perm, so she had her hair straightened, like bone straight, like her hair was falling out and so thin, but it was seen as more acceptable and beautiful than her natural type 4 hair, which I've always liked type 4 hair, you know. Even when people said that it wasn't very pretty and that you should straighten it, I loved type 4 hair. But yes, And the next thing I want to talk about is moisturization. So actually, give me one second. The thing I want to show you guys is some of the stuff that I use for my hair. So lately I have been really cracking down on my hair care routine. So I have been using, now this is what I want to say. Water is key. Keep your hair hydrated with water. It seals in moisture from oils, creams, whatever. So I bought this oil at one point, and I had some of it left over. It's the Express Growth Oil by Edge Entity. And I also ended up making my own oil, which I used amla oil, I used natural rosemary oil, natural fenugreek oil, natural peppermint oil, and castor oil. And I heat these all up, and I use this as like a hot oil treatment. I use it to oil and hydrate my scalp, especially when it's in like a protective style, which is actually, if I'm not wrong, it is coming up in the next few things I'm going to talk about. But I use that on my hair, and my hair actually has grown since my haircut. That's also why I've been doing a lot of protective styles. I still love my haircut, but as it starts to grow out, it becomes, and I know that there's a lot of girls that have done like a big chop or something that know what I'm talking about. There's that awkward length when your hair is growing where you're not really sure what to do with it just yet. I know what to do with it, I just don't have the time. I'm a full-time college student. I work, I do shows, I work out all the time. Like, it's good to not have to touch my hair, which also helps it grow. It's like, have it hydrated and not touch my hair, which is what a protective style does, is it gives you a hairstyle where you don't have to constantly touch your hair, which can cause a lot of breakage, which you don't want. The other thing is cleansers. So the other topic I want to talk about is cleansing. So I use this clarifying shampoo as my first cleanser to, like, I hope that's, I'm sure you can see that from the monitor, but I use this clarifying shampoo to clean my hair of any dirt. A clarifying, and this is a hydrating one, which is amazing, but a clarifying shampoo is like like a hand sanitizer. I don't mean like it's like alcohol. It's meant to clean all the dirt out of your hair and clean it. Because sometimes you use a shampoo that's not as clarifying. Like I have this shampoo, which I also use. Oops, that's the other. I have this shampoo, which is the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey and Yogurt Hydrating and Repair Shampoo. I actually really like this shampoo. But this is a hydrating shampoo. It's not as clarifying and cleansing as the other one, but it still cleanses your hair and it hydrates your hair on top of that, which I need hydration. When my hair is hydrated, it's so much different than anything else that is ever. I love my hair when it's actually hydrated. That's why I keep my hair tucked away and hydrated, because when your hair starts to get dry, it starts to break. And when your hair starts to break, all your growth is gone. But the other things I use a conditioner. I use two actually. Oops. So this is also the Manuka Honey and Yogurt Hydrate and Compare but conditioner. So like it's the same line. I also have their leave-in, which I'm gonna talk about later, that I also use. I actually like them. They actually do well. I also mix them with other stuff sometimes, just because I like the combination of certain formulas and what they do. But the last one I use is this. So I actually like this brand. I'm not gonna lie. This brand it's expensive, I will say that much, but this brand actually, you should be able to see it. It's the Vegamore Grow Revitalizing Conditioner. It actually does what it says it's gonna do. Now see, I know there's certain white hair care products and certain black hair care products. Now some hair care products are actually meant for black hair, because someone with straight hair using stuff for my 4C hair, although you could, it's just too heavy on your hair. It actually will do more damage than it would do good, and it's just a lot of product. Same for some products that are meant for thin, straight hair, not even just thin, straight hair, but bone straight hair, are not gonna do anything for my hair because it's not formulated for my hair type. So with products like this, which I'm not even sure if this is like a white product, but the main people I saw using it were white people up until recently, it actually does do stuff for your hair, as well as I also got their Hydra 8 like leave-in conditioner. This stuff keeps my hair so moisturized. I sprayed it in one time and my hair was soft, and it was just amazing. Like I didn't think it was gonna work that well for how much it cost. It should have, but I was just trying it out because I had seen so many people, white, black, Hispanic, it doesn't matter, all people saying that it worked for their hair very well, and it actually does. Like if you invest in like a leave-in, I would invest in this one. This one's actually good. But the next thing I want to talk about is detangling safely. So with curly hair, with natural hair, type 3 and type 4 hair, you have to detangle your hair. When you're combing through it, even in the shower, washing it, as you style it, you have to comb through it. You don't braid through knotted hair because you will tear your hair, which is gonna make all this hard work that I'm showing you completely like pointless. It's gonna just excuse me, send all of it down the drain. You cannot break your hair off. You detangle it harshly, it will break. Take your time, use a wide tooth comb. So an example of like a wide tooth comb would be something like, so like an example would be like a pick, which I do have, I know for a fact I do. Here it is. An example would be a pick. So a pick is this type of comb. There's also a comb that's like this that has like a handle on it, which is basically on the same thing. This is the type of stuff you'd use to like detangle your hair because it's wider. It's not gonna be these little thin parts of a comb that are gonna tear your hair. Even this is not wide enough. This is not good for type 3 hair unless it's straightened or something, or if it's fully detangled and you can just comb right through it. Even then I wouldn't use it. I would use this. When I first went natural, I did not know that, so I'm gonna include some photos here and wherever they can fit on the screen of my hair, like a little bit into my natural journey, even like the phases of my hair. I'm gonna just pop those on the screen. But when I first went natural, I knew you had to use like a wide tooth comb because my nana was a hairstylist. She knew how to do natural hair. She just didn't find it, and this sounds so bad, it wasn't the standard, it wasn't beauty, it wasn't attractive. My nana was born in 1965, or sorry, 1946. That's when my aunt was born. She was born in 1946. Back then, the beauty standard for white girls was straightened hair. You know, of course there was always gonna be those black girls like wore their natural hair because they just did. But the beauty standard of what was seen as attractive and acceptable was for you to straighten your hair, whether with heat, whether a perm. And she's still stuck in that mindset because that's what she grew up on. So she knew how to style the hair though, because you have to learn how to do black hair when you're going to school as a black hairstylist, or at least you did back then, or at least you should want to. But she never really used it. So I knew that you could not comb your hair with the same comb you use for like a white girl's hair, or even like for my wig. I cannot comb my hair with the comb I use for my wig. It's just they're not the same hair texture. And yeah, but going off of the combing your hair and styling it, protective style. So I'm gonna put a few on the screen, as well as, and these are gonna mainly be me, they're probably gonna all be me, but they're my hairstyles I use. Outside of this wig, I'm gonna tell you, a great hairstyles I've seen are braids. As outdated as it may seem, crochet braids I really like, if you get them as your hair color and you figure out how to like do the little pattern of braiding so they look good. Twist, I'm actually gonna, as soon as my hair grows out more, probably wear a lot of mini twists, but like added hair to them, so that, because my hair shrinks so much. That's another thing, shrinkage. If you have type 3, like late 3 and like all type 4 hair, shrinkage. My hair was long at one point, but I had it natural, so I like be braiding my hair and then I let go of it, it'd be like boing, it'd like be like right here, or like right here, which isn't bad, but it'd be like right here. It was gorgeous. But I'm not gonna straighten my hair just to see my true length. Health over length any day. That's why I don't mind having short hair right now and like doing my big chop, because I want my hair's health over my hair's length. Yeah, so you want to do a protective style. You could do twists, braids, crochets, anything where your ends are tucked and your hair is tucked and you're not constantly manipulating your hair every single day. That's going to cause your hair to break, even if it's hydrated. You cannot be twisting and combing through your hair every day. And let's be honest, we're all not always 100% sorry. We're all not always 100% cautious of how we're doing our hair. So you could be, let's say like you're like me, you have a busy schedule. You comb through your hair too hard one day because you're combing it fast, trying to comb it out so you can get going. You're late, you have to get going. Or you can get a protective style. Now of course I like this texture. I just like the like big curls, but I also have a lot of natural hair wigs. If you don't like them, the fact that sometimes wigs don't go natural, like this right here, yeah, I'm just having a bad day. If you don't like them, the fact that sometimes your wigs don't look natural, I've got glueless natural hair wigs that are like 4C defined, or like type 3, and I comb them out into an afro. I've had that wig before. I will also put that on the screen as well. But you can do stuff like that, and you can get human hair, non-human hair. You can do type 4 clip-ins. You could do anything. Just do something that looks cute where your hair is protected. It doesn't matter what anybody else says is pretty or not. Do what looks good on your hair and what you like to see on yourself, and that keeps your ends and your hair protected. The other thing I want to talk about is your night care routine and trimming your hair. You do not have to trim your hair constantly all the time. Like they say, oh, I do it every 2 weeks, every week. Trim your hair when you need to. And if you don't know what that means, I'd suggest going to a stylist or going on YouTube and searching it up. For me, I know to trim my hair when my ends start looking like this. Like when they start to look kind of weird and split, or even dry, or when they start to flake and break, I'm like, I'm gonna trim my ends. And I don't do it all the time. I do it when needed, because if you constantly trim your ends, you're gonna be taking out new growth. It's not that your hair doesn't grow, it's that you need to retain them the length, which is keep your hair from falling out while it is growing. Constantly cutting your ends is cutting your hair off. I mean, unless you have to. Like if you're the type of person where your ends need to be trimmed constantly, just because that's how your hair has shown a pattern of needing to be, do what you have to do. But if you know that your hair doesn't and you're just trying to follow advice offline, you're not actually doing anything good but cutting your hair off for no reason constantly all the time, which does not help anything at all. Then there's your night care routine. Once again, your hair should be tucked. Like let's say your hair was out that day, or let's say your hair's in a wig and you take off the wig. Put on a satin bonnet, a satin scarf, something satin, something that's not going to cause a lot of friction or be tearing your hair. Like some people have like those weird texture ones that their hair gets caught in, and when they pull their bonnet off, they have like that sharp hair pain when your hair gets like pulled out of your head. Not that. Pick a satin one, something that is natural hair friendly. There's a lot of companies online and stuff. I know if you search up like natural hair bonnet, especially if you go on like Amazon or even just like a quick Google search, where it will tell you bonnets that are meant for natural curly hair, 4C, type 4, it doesn't matter, bonnets that are meant for your hair. That's what I would suggest to wear at nighttime. If you have your hair out because it's natural and you have like a big afro and you like to wear it, part your hair into 4 quadrants, sections, I'm not sure. I used to do, when I had my big afro, I'd part my hair into 4 sections and twist and do like these like long, like elongated braids. Like they were like ragdoll braids, I think they're called. I'm sure they're called ragdoll braids from what my nana would call them. I do that and I twist my hair around in pinnets so my ends were tucked, and I make sure that when doing that I detangled my hair. I made sure my hair was moisturized if needed to be, and I put those away. Oh, the other thing I almost forgot to say was when you were hydrating your hair and on days that you wash your hair, if you can, do like a hair mask. And also find good leave-in cream. So the hair mask I do is this one, which is from Shea Moisture. I also do the rice water one from Tracy Ellis Ross's hair care line. Pattern, she has like this rice water one. I love that one. My hair feels, I don't know. It feels great. I use this leave-in, which is also by Shea Moisture. It is the Bond Repair one. I actually really like that. I also use the Bond Repair mask too, which is actually icky and gross, so I'm not going to show it, and it's almost out as well. I try to do a hair mask, if not every wash day, every other wash day, or most wash days. But yeah, that was my video today. I hope this can reach a young black girl, or even someone who just has this type of hair that doesn't know what to do with their hair. I think you should be able to embrace your hair, and the barrier shouldn't be your lack of knowledge around what to do with your hair. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you grow to love your hair more every single day.